Checkity check, check to check, check, check. Checkalodian. Where's my OBS software? Is it? It's right here. Found it. All right, I'm gonna be quick to see how fast I can get through this. Today I wanted to kind of look into something that somebody sort of brought to my attention. I'm gonna type this in off screen because I don't want anyone to judge my spelling. Essentially, somebody informed me that Tuckerman Ravine is one of the most dangerous spots in New Hampshire in terms of deaths. There have been 10 deaths here since 1960. Well, let me back up for a second here. Let me show you what's in question. If we take a nice little trip on up to Mount Washington, this is Tuckerman's Ravine. Let me go 3D mode so you can see it. So for those of you who don't know, this is a popular hiking trail in the spring, and in the winter, people hike up and ski down it. However, because of its shape, as you can see, this very bulbular kind of deal going on here, it's dangerous. It's very prone to avalanches. I started looking and I came across this, a list of people who've died on the Presidential Range. And I'm sure I'm not telling anyone anything new, but the Presidential Range is pretty much the entirety of what most people would consider the White Mountains. So you have, you know, Mount Eisenhower, Mount Washington, Mount Jefferson, Mount Adams, presidents. There have been a lot of deaths, as you can see, that have happened since, I think these are sorted by date. No, that's 2021. Early as 1849. As you can see, there's probably 100 or over 100. So I was scrolling through this list and I found that it was really interesting. You know, there's heart attack, natural causes, fall into a crevasse, fall into a head wall, automobile crash, hypothermia. But then I was looking and then it was like, wait a second, murder. Okay, you're gonna have to tell me more about that. So what I went ahead and did is we're gonna take a copy and paste here. Here is this individual who was murdered in the White Mountains. She was last seen alive November 15th, 2001, and she was from Quebec. She essentially just went hiking and then was found, you know, went missing, and her daughter is the one who reported missing persons, and they found her body with stab wounds. Multiple stab wounds. They believe that the act was random and they never found the killer. It's a cold case. So there might be someone up there in that Presidential Range just on the loose murdering people. I love and hate these kind of stories because the very obnoxiously inquisitive person in me like aches when I think about this, and the fact that I'll never know. I'll never fully know what happened to her. And that's really what makes it sad for the family too, because they are even quoted in this news article that all they want is to know what happened to her. So that's pretty tragic. I was also looking, if you'll see right here, just below that is a heart that I had forgotten about. And this is the Frankenstein trestle. It doesn't look like that. Google Maps be tripping. But for those of you who aren't familiar, this is the Frankenstein trestle, which is basically just a big, you guessed it, trestle that is still in operation for the, what do you call it, the creepy crawly, whatever that thing is that runs through the mountains. It's been on my list of topics for quite a while, but you know what? I think this summer I'm gonna tackle it. The tricky part about this is to get to the top section and to get to the bottom section are like two different hikes. So I would almost have to like hike out, film from the bottom, hike back, film from the top, because I would want to get a camera on both ends despite the whole drone aspect, which would totally be possible. It would be amazing to go in the fall to get a drone shot of the train passing under, but whew, there's a lot of variables there. And I don't think that train's been running since COVID. I very much could be wrong about that. But last I heard it was still not running for financial reasons. I do know that train has been in and out of bankruptcy because it's really hard to fund that stuff. It's like theaters, local theaters, not like a movie theater, but like something like the Palace Theater in Manchester. Those take a lot of government grants and things like that because they're very hard to make profitable. So usually they're taken on as a project by the town in order to bring some arts and culture by the economic development departments of most cities. There's pretty much like two more days of this kind of thing, and then I'm gonna get back to some, you know, not this. There should be like a game where it's like you see your water bottle and you haven't touched it in a long time, and you're like, is it full? Is it halfway? Is it empty? And then you pick it up and it's full, and you're like, oh yeah, baby. Ooh.